Good morning. Hello. Thank you for dropping by and for sharing your time with me. Thank you. Thank you. Interesting. I imagine that those of you come and listen are on a spiritual journey, on a search. I mean, we're all on a spiritual journey, aren't we? Hi, Jilly. We're all on a spiritual journey, and and many of us are following different paths. Even the 12-step path has many roads in it. I mean, there's kind of one solution for sure, but we all come at it from different angles, and so I'm just really grateful to be part of your path and to share a bit of mine. One of the things that comes up with me to share is that this discovery of a relationship with God. What is God? The big question that many of us in all faiths ask is that question, and many of us have been indoctrinated into a specific idea of God, a specific teaching of God, and so maybe it's easy for those to follow that specific teaching, that whether it's a particular religion, Christianity or Islam or Hinduism or Judaism, that's to just believe. And in the 12-step world, it asks us to do actually more than believe. It asks us to really experience and to know the presence of God, and to make God the centermost thing in our life, the most important thing. The desperation, it says, of drowning men, because many of us most of us are not. It's not a casual interest in a relationship with God. It's comes from a place of desperation. It really comes from, many of us are not worried about that in our afterlife we might go to hell. We're actually, many of us in the 12-step world are trying to get out of hell. We've been living in it, and even after almost 40 years of for me in this world, there's new levels of awakening, and so I'm grateful, as in this moment, at this time, that that's happening for me. There's more. It's never ending, this relationship. Hi, Chris. Thank you for dropping by. So this is why I do this, and every morning ego says, are you still doing this? But it's only been 22 days. Only 22 days that we've been doing this, and this is day 22 in May, that we started this the 1st of May, and this is a little reading that we're doing from this book, and it's been good for me. It's been good for me. Some of you have dropped in and to read most of this with me, and so if you feel drawn to this relationship with a higher power, move on it. Seek Him, seek the kingdom of heaven. Through prayer, through meditation, through service. Move on it. And make it the most important thing in your life. Ego will say, yeah, but I have to earn a living. Yeah, the living will come. Seek ye first, it says. The living will come. And everything else will be added on to us. So here we are, May 22nd, thought for the day. I haven't read this yet. We're reading it together. And if you're out there and you're watching, say hello. Just type in, hello, David. It's nice to know who I'm on the journey with. Not that it matters. Whatever. It really is, the journey is individual, isn't it? May 22nd, thought for the day. What impresses us most at a 12-step meeting is the willingness to share without holding back. And pretty soon we find ourselves sharing also. We start telling our own experiences. And by doing so, we help the other fellow. And when we've got these things off our chest, we feel a lot better. It does us a lot of good to share with some other poor, unfortunate person who's in the same box that we're in. The more we share with him, the more we have left for others. The more we share with him, the more we have left for others. The question out of this thought for the day. Hey Shane, good morning, buddy. The question out of this thought for the day. Do I know that the more I share, the better chance I have to stay sober? Thanks, Shane, for saying good morning. Yes, good morning. And Jilly, hi Jilly. Okay, the question from the thought for the day is, do I know that the more I share, the better chance I have to stay sober? Hi, Kathy Lynn. Constantly claim God's strength. This is the meditation of the day. Constantly claim God's strength. Isn't that interesting? That's a different word, isn't it, from asking for God's strength? Constantly claim God's strength. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I had an old-timer one time, not that long ago, actually, in the last year. Old Jimmy's sober 65 years or so, and we were talking about prayer, and he said, call out. Not just a passive prayer, but call out. And that sounds like this: constantly claim God's strength. Yeah, Jimmy said beseech him, just call him in, you know, and so hi Kathy Lynn, thank you. So yes, constantly claim God's strength, the meditation for the day. Once convinced of the right of a course of action, once reasonably sure of God's guidance, claim that strength now. Okay, we have a path and we're sure of our path and we know that we are being led. Claim that strength now. Say, yes, God, strengthen me for my path. Show me what you'd have me to be. We can claim all the strength we need to meet any situation. We can claim a new supply when our own supply is exhausted. You have a right to claim it, and you should use your right. A beggar supplicates. A son appropriates. Wow. A beggar supplicates. A son appropriates. It's a big word, isn't it? Claim it. When you supplicate, you're often kept waiting. But when you appropriate God's strength in a good cause, you have it at once. Wow. That's pretty good teaching, isn't it? My gosh. Trevor's here with me. I love that we get to share this journey together. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may claim God's strength whenever I need it. I pray that I may try to live as a child of God. I'm going to take out the word try. I pray that I may live as a child of God. I pray that I may live as a child of God. Wow. Hi, Isabella. So that's it. I love this, and you know, I love that I get to read, and it's only been 22 times, and you know, it's just wow. You know, some of the readings are amazing, and I see the power in this one. Claim, you know, it really speaks to me this morning. It really speaks to me. So thanks, you guys. You know, one day at a time. You know, we get to be here and do God's will. We get up in the morning and we ask for guidance. You know, for me, I do my third step prayer every single morning. And, you know, the third step prayer, God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help with thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. It's a beautiful prayer and very simple. Very simple. So that's it. Thought I'd share that with you guys. So love you so much. Thank you for being here and being on this journey. If you have anything that you'd like to share, yeah. Hey Shane, hey Chris. If you have anything you'd like to share, if you'd like to chat, yeah. Yes. My friend Jason Terrence Noble. We haven't met yet, but we've been exchanging our views. I don't think that our views are that much different. I really don't. It's a very thin line between, what he calls truth. And, yes, and what I'm sharing. So, love you guys, and call me anytime. Let's chat. If you have any, fears, doubts, or wisdom to share, I'm available. And that's it. Have a great day, and claim the power. Claim the power. This power that was here before we came, that we can't actually identify or speak of, that will be here after we're gone. Yes, it's not some separate being. We're in it. This is it. And, it was here before we came. We are part of it. And somehow we get separated. And the journey is the journey home, the journey back to this awareness, connection, knowing of this power that we are in, like the fish in the water who is thirsty. We are in this power. So speak to it. Act as though you know. Okay. Be the love.